It's pretty wild, but a ton of certified professionals actually let their credentials lapse. And you have to ask, why? Well, a lot of the time, it's because all the maintenance requirements just feel like a huge chore. Another thing to check off the list. But what if we're looking at this all wrong? What if maintaining your CAPM is actually a massive strategic advantage for your career?
So that's what we're going to get into. In this quick explainer, we are going to break down the Continuing Certification Requirements Program, or CCR. We're going to show you how to flip it from this box-ticking thing into a real framework for your own growth. And yeah, we'll be using the approach we teach at exam coaches, but honestly, these principles will give anyone a huge leg up in managing their CAPM.
Let's be real for a second. The whole CCR program can feel like a lot. You're looking at this list of rules about things called PDUs, Professional Development Units, and you're just trying to figure out how to get enough of them. And when you're already trying to balance projects and deadlines, the last thing you want is more homework, right? It's so easy to get bogged down and just see it as another task. But that's the trap. If you're just going through the motions to collect PDUs, you are leaving so much value on the table. Think of it this way. It's like someone hands you the keys to a sports car, but you only ever use it to drive to the grocery store. The CCR program is built to keep you ahead of the game. And if you ignore that, you're basically letting your skills and maybe even your career get stuck in neutral. And that's where having a framework changes everything. See, at Exam Coaches, we don't just hand you the rulebook. We help you build a mental model so you can actually connect the dots. It's about seeing the CCRP program not as some boring list, but as this interconnected network. It's a system that's designed to link what you're learning directly to your career goals, so every single hour you put in actually pays you back. Okay, let's dive into the first part of the framework, understanding the why. This is, without a doubt, the foundation. Once you really get the core purpose behind the CCR program, everything else just clicks, and you can start using it like a pro. Picture the entire field of project management like a fast-moving river. There are always new tools, new methods, new best practices flowing in. The CCP program, that's your rudder. It's the whole reason your CAPM certification isn't just a piece of paper saying what you knew on exam day. It's proof that your skills are sharp, current, and valuable right now. So, a question like this really gets to the core of it, right? It's not about memorizing rules, it's about explaining the logic behind them. And this is exactly the kind of strategic thinking that separates a truly great project manager from someone who just knows the buzzwords. It's about understanding how your actions protect the value of your own certification. All right, so now that we've got the why down, let's build on that. This is where it gets fun, because once you get the purpose, you can start to unlock all the real, tangible career benefits that are baked right into the program. I mean, just look at this list. These are not just fuzzy ideas. Earning PDUs by taking, say, a workshop on Agile doesn't just check off a requirement. It gives you skills that companies are desperate for. Going to a local PMI meeting? That builds your network, gives you insights you can't find in a book. Every activity is a direct investment in you.
You know, the CAPM exam loves to test your judgment with scenarios like this. It's not just about earning the PDUs, it's about weighing the long-term value. Is this course going to open up new doors for me? Is that workshop going to make me better at my job tomorrow? We train you to make those connections fast.
And that brings us to the final, and maybe the most crucial, piece of the framework, practical application. We've got the why, we've got the what's in it for me. Now let's talk about the how. How do you turn all of this into smart, real-world action?
The goal here isn't just to collect PDUs, it's to use what you learn. The CCR program should feel like a toolkit you're constantly adding to and improving. You learn a new risk technique in a course, you should be trying it out on your very next project. That's how you create this awesome feedback loop where learning immediately turns into better performance.
The classic problem every single one of us faces. You can't do it all, so you have to be strategic. And on the Exam Coaches platform, we give you the frameworks to make these calls. We show you how to map out activities against the PMI talent triangle, for instance, so you're balancing your growth and getting the biggest bang for your buck. So, let's put this all together. What is this whole framework? The purpose, the benefits, the practical application, what does it actually get you on the exam, and even more importantly, in your career? The difference is night and day, and it's right here. Look at these two columns. On the left, you've got the chore mindset, just memorizing rules, getting tripped up by scenarios. And on the right, that's the strategic mindset. You know the why, you see the CSCR program as a tool, and you crush those application questions. The KPM exam tests the thinking on the right. Your career rewards it. And this, right here, is what we're all about. I mean, anybody can give you a list of rules. That's the easy part. But it doesn't really help. At Exam Coaches, we just think there's a much better way.
We train you to see the big picture. We'll show you how to use the CCR program for what it really is, a roadmap for your own professional growth and for keeping your CAPM credential valuable. Because we want you to be a successful, in-demand project manager for the long haul.
Look, this was just a quick peek into our method. The full framework with all the interactive tools and trackers to help you map everything out is all waiting for you inside the platform. So head on over to Exam Coaches and let's start turning those requirements into your biggest career advantage.